Hey guys, Trade Desk back again with another video, and I had a stock recommended to me yesterday in one of my videos called REGI, Renewable Energies Group, and this I thought I'd make a video because this stock's actually really interesting. I was in it, and I know my sister has a lot of shares. So let's get into this video and let's start talking about it. So, Renewable Energy Group. Let's look at. They're down a little bit today, but market just opened about 20 minutes ago. So it's good. It's pretty well. It's average on the week, breaking even on the month. It's up pretty well on the 3 month, and it's destroying in the year. It's 235%. So let's get into some of the backgrounds. Now, one thing I want to point out is it's hitting a triple high. It's hitting a triple high at about 64, that area, and then up here. It's kind of hit this spot and bounced back off. It hasn't really broken it. And what's happening is it's coming back down, maybe a little sell off, and then it's going to rebound. Hopefully, this fourth time, it'll break the 64 limit. So hopefully it'll break there. Now let's go to this next article that I was reading. So about this election, I know people are thinking Biden, Trump, maybe Biden's a little better for the environment than Trump, but one thing that I was reading was that it won't make a difference for investors for who wins the Oval Office over the next 4 years. The stocks of profitable companies will prosper. And I think this is really true because we're entering a kind of technological revolution, as I said in my last video, where sustainable energy and all these other stocks are really prospering. So I was on the Renewable Energy Group's website, and just to give a little more background, it's an international producer of cleaner fuels and the largest producer of biodiesel. I'll talk about biodiesel in a second and why it's important. It operates 13 biorefineries in the U.S. and Europe. Keep that in mind. In 2019, REG produced 495 million gallons of cleaner fuel, over 4.2 million metric tons of carbon reduction. So that leads away from a more sustainable future, which is going to be important. So biodiesel. Biodiesel is produced from vegetable oils, yellow grease, used cooked oils, or animal fats, and they convert fats and oils into biodiesel and glycerin. All right. So this is another thing I wanted to show you guys. As we're looking at the power shift with wind, solar, and other renewables, we can look at oil and gas and coal, mainly the leaders right now, and we can see them starting to plummet. This is an estimation back here, but even from 2012 to 2020, we can see a nice little decrease. And I think this is going to keep going, and the renewables up here are actually going to start hopefully taking over, creating a better future. So this is just another thing I wanted to point out. They have fuel delivery in central Iowa, and they're 24 access to biodiesel blends. So it's pretty much like gas stations out in Iowa and many other locations, which I'm going to talk to now. It's really becoming a market in today's age. So if you, I think it's a buy. So if you can get into this stock pretty shortly, I think it'll be good over these next couple years. If you're looking long term, you can maybe even swing trade these dips, these days that it has down days, like maybe even today. Down 4%, maybe see if you can get 5, maybe buy some up, maybe swing trade it for a 5% profit. You never know. So I was reading the conference calls and the investor presentations, and I found some actually really cool things. So in the past, I don't think this has really been accepted, and now it's starting to be accepted more, and the company's starting to kick off over this last year, renewable energy and such. So one thing that I also noticed is that they do industrial heating, which is also creating a larger market. So industrial heating in these big factories and all these different places is going to make a huge market for them. All right, so let's get into the investor presentation. So as we can see here, it has 50 to 90% lower carbon emissions with biodiesel. So I thought that was cool. Now, so I pulled up about 8 cool facts that I thought would be cool that you guys would like to read about this. So these are my different tabs that I was noticing. So a leader with international research. There's 12 biodiesel plants, 495 million gallons produced, and as you can see, 2.6 billion in revenue. Now we can see the locations of these biorefineries, and we can see a couple in Europe, and I'm going to show you in a little later slide how they're planning to expand this, which is going to be really good. So the strong sales growth, I thought this was beautiful. And this is a great sign for a successful company. Look back in 2010, their gallons sold was under 100 million, and now it's over 7, or breaking 7, should I say, which is a 30% growth per year, which is amazing. as a new company, especially with it being able to kick off like it is. So here's another production volume growth. So as we can see the production volume going up, we can see the revenue starting to become more. And this is what it could be with, and now I don't know if you agree or disagree with climate change, but I'm just kind of talking about what they're talking about. So observed air and water quality improvements during lockdown. So if we look at New York City in April 21st, 2021, and then March 30th, 2020, look at the difference in the sky. And then Venice, Italy, in the last 2 years. As we can see, there's a lot more pollution in 2020 than in 2019. So what they're kind of talking about is we can have observed air and water improvements during the lockdown, and not just with the lockdown, but with renewable energy and clean energy. California demand's growing. So as you can see, the estimates for their production and their sales, look at that. I mean, that's insane. And it's in 2020. They have an estimate, but over this next year, look at this jump. That's a huge gap. Look at that. That's a huge gap. Now, if we get into it now and they are right with those estimates, that could be 100% profit on the stock easily. The stock kind of moves with it. So growing commitments to carbon reductions, European countries. So they're really expecting, okay, right here, increases target to renewable energy in the EU, transport from 10% in 2020 to 14% by 2030. So in the next 10 years, you can see a 4% increase, which I see even more. But they're trying to be a little conservative, just in case they're wrong. But I don't think they will be. I think this is going to be a huge market, and those of you that agree, buy this stock. Well, I'm surely going to be buying the stock. Actually, I've been in it for a little time now, and here's the next thing. So I thought this was really cool. So gallons, this was in their conference call about a month ago, not even. So we have gallons sold there, gallons produced, and the revenue. So I thought those are very strong financial results, which is really nice for the company looking forward. And then this is something I also thought was really cool. So they're expanding, planned Gizmar expansion to 340. So expected additional capacity of 250 million gallons per year in their plants, which is going to be able to create a lot more fuel and be able to sell a lot more fuel and expand their biofineries and maybe even make them all across the United States and not just 12. So doing that and making it a more, and if you notice with successful companies like Amazon, the reason they've been so good is because they are able to open warehouses in which they're, one of the reasons people love Amazon is because how quickly they can ship their products and how much they have on there. And in order to be able to ship it in one day or things, they have a ton of warehouses all over the United States. And once that happens with a company like this, you can expect huge sales like Amazon. So the expected date of completion is late 2023. The project cost is there, and as I said, they're expected to make that much more per year, which is beautiful. Alright guys, that's all I had for today's video. If you did enjoy this video, please like, subscribe, and the date is 11/24/2020, the day before Thanksgiving. So if you guys do enjoy the video, please subscribe, and I hope you guys have a good Thanksgiving. I'll see you in the next one. Please comment other stocks that you guys want me to look at.